welcome back to the channel, The Sim Aura. So today I worked on a build that I was actually given by Alyssa Jobs. That's her origin ID. We had met through one of the Facebook groups for The Sims, and she had uploaded this simple build and asked if someone could renovate it just to make it better. The only really details we had was that it's going to be a family that was expecting twins. And I didn't know what gender the twins were going to be, so I tried to make the rooms pretty gender neutral. But right now I'm just checking out the house and seeing what I have to work with. So took everything out of the house. I wasn't sure if I was going to use those objects later. That's why I put them on the side over there. So right now I'm trying to figure out the layout because we definitely want it to be more dynamic and not just kind of like a straight through, what they call it, like a shotgun house. So I'm working on the layout right now. I think I actually changed it a few times. Well, I know on the bottom I had to move some of the rooms, like I just moved the kitchen. I extended the living room on the right side to allow for more space so it could be wider. And I did add on the little back deck, which I think ended up being cute. So like I said, just working on fixing the layout and adding a door in the back. Already you can see on the front it's starting to look a little bit more dynamic. Okay, so let's talk about roofing for a second. I think roofing is definitely one of my areas of weakness. I've been watching some other videos lately to try to figure out like why my roofs don't look as good or they don't always work. But I did notice afterward, and I went back and fixed them. I used like the regular, I call it a hipped roof, for the smaller roofs, where I should have used like the half hipped so that it actually lines up to the side of the building nicer. But I don't think I noticed that till much later. So, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out the layout down here. I knew when I was coming in, I wanted to make it a more traditional build, which is odd for me because usually I do very modern type builds. I think I said in the last video, usually kind of black and white. But I had this idea that I wanted to do very traditional. And I felt like the parents would be traditional too. Um, in the way that they're raising the kids, but that's just my thought. So I did come at this. Luckily, Alyssa did like it. I didn't even ask her what style she wanted it renovated in, and I just took a chance because that's what I really had in mind going into this build. So luckily, it turned out okay, and she liked it. Her original build is on the gallery too, and this one was uploaded yesterday, I think, because I just didn't have time to do the voiceover until today. Um, so I'm still working on the layout, as you can see. Oh, I also wanted to give a shout out to Miss Griffey. Obviously, you probably all know her already. She's super awesome and has the best YouTube channel ever. But she actually answered a comment I had put on one of her builds about how to shorten your videos because even this video, I mean, I was able to chop off like 5 minutes using her advice, but it's still pretty long. Um, so anyway, but I wanted to shout out to her because I couldn't believe, one, she answered me, like, because she is a big name in the Sims YouTube channels, the community, I guess you would call it. And well, so one, that she answered me, period. And then also she answered me so quickly and she gave me advice. Like, I feel like that's just so awesome that people can come together, even though we're doing like the same thing. Well, we're not doing the same thing. She's doing it way better, and obviously I'm just starting out. But I thought that it was super nice of her, and obviously I'm subscribed to her channel, and you should do. And I'm just gonna keep watching all her videos. I actually get some inspiration sometimes from her. I also watch The Sim Supply. He's hilarious. But moving on, so I am just working on the exterior. I realized that I had started to put windows in the back, and then I realized for some reason there are actually two sets of windows that have the little shades on the side, but one is like rectangular shaped and one is, well, it has like a oval shape at the top. And somehow I put those in the back and didn't notice that they were different at first. So I'm still trying to figure out the layout on top. I think I did like 2 or 3 different layouts for the bedrooms and the bathrooms upstairs before I settled on something. I knew that it was going to be well, no, originally I planned it was going to be a 3-4. So 4 bathrooms because I was thinking the 2 kids would have their own bathrooms. But then I decided, like, they're twins. They should have a Jack and Jill bathroom, right? Like, those are super cute. And at least, like, they both have their own sinks and the second part of the bathroom where, like, the shower and the toilet are separated. So they could still come in and use the sinks if they needed to while somebody was actually using the bathroom. Here downstairs. The configuration of where all the furniture was, I changed, I think 3 times as well. I don't think I edited it out. I think it's all in there. But basically, because I wanted to have a little like reading nook or like sitting area by the fire. I felt like that would be really cool. I feel like I wish I had that in real life. That would be awesome. I had a fireplace when I was little and I did not appreciate it. And I have not had one since, although I do live in Florida and there's really no need for it. Some people do use it. I'm hot all the time, so I don't see how that's possible. But anyway, like I said, so I wanted the little reading area or sitting area by the fireplace, and then obviously like a traditional TV area in the living room. I don't know why I thought both of those would fit into that tiny little alcove over there at first. It definitely didn't. Um, I, it's just way too close together. I feel like in real life it would like make me a little bit claustrophobic if the couch and the table and the other chair back there were so close together. So I think right about well, no, I guess I moved on to the dining room first. But I liked the table that I found in there. I think it's very good for what I was going for, the traditional. I couldn't decide whether to keep the chairs the same color or not. But what I ended up doing was changing the color of the table. I felt like the brown table actually went better because it's like tying into the floor and not everything is like super white and blue. Oh, that's something I realized later on. I think when I got to the laundry room, um, I realized that everything was blue. Like I had decorated all the rooms with blue wallpaper type um, wallpaper, and I needed to make the design a little bit more dynamic than that. So yeah, like you can see, I started moving all the furniture around in the living room. I do love where that little fireplace area ended up. I think that was the perfect spot for it. I don't know why I didn't put it there in the first place. But yeah, and then I was looking for, I wanted to kind of round it out, so I used one of those little kitty chairs. I felt like it was a little bit smaller, so it fit in the area better. I do put that wall up again by the kitchen. I just took it out because it's such a small space, it's easier to design without the wall. Oh, and there I was thinking I might try to put in like a little pantry or something, but then I realized that would be like a lot of shelves that I would have to fill with clutter, and that would take a really long time, and plus the video's running super long anyway. I did edit out. You can see, like, I changed the wallpaper 17 million times in the kitchen, and I did end up changing the cabinetry also. At first, see, I found this little cute white counter with the blue tops. I felt like would be cute for like the traditional kind of old looking countertops, but then I felt like that blue didn't go with the wallpaper blue, so I ended up changing it back to the color that you see here in the island, just the plain beige color. I did add clutter later that added a little bit more like pops of color to the kitchen, so I like those archways too. And you know what? Because I build modern all the time, I never use archways. Everything's like completely open all the time. So I did appreciate that there was like a nice traditional looking archway that I could use here. I thought that hutch was super cute too. I don't know, that came on the screen really quick, but yeah, the little, well, it's not little, it's big. And I did end up putting some clutter on there that I thought was cute. So yeah, the laundry room. Then I started changing all the wallpaper and stuff to see everything not totally blue. um, and while I was doing that, I found a wallpaper that I liked for the master bedroom. I knew it was going to be perfect for the master bedroom, and it is blue. But it's the only other blue, like completely blue room in the house. So at this point, I had to pause the recording because my daughter woke up from her nap, so I'm not really sure what I was talking about. I think I was still going on about how I changed the design color from blue in every room. So that was definitely a good thing. I love the clutter that came with Laundry Day. I think it's super cute. I will admit that I don't really, I mean, I love the Laundry Day pack, but I don't ever play with laundry, ever. Like after the first save, because you know, I create a new save every time I get a new pack or a new expansion or really a new anything. I'm sure that a lot of other people do that too. Let me know in the comments if you do. Um, but I don't actually use the laundry facilities anymore. I think that it's annoying. Like, there's so many other things that we already have to do with our Sims, and they take so long to do that the laundry is just literally a chore. It's just another thing that I have to add on to their to-do list, and then the day is gone, right? So here I'm just designing the bathroom, and I don't think I mentioned before, but usually I like to try to like furnish the rooms and do like wallpaper and all that stuff first before I go in and add like art and clutter and all that stuff. Oh, curtains. So I did want to mention the curtains because I hardly ever actually use curtains in my builds. Like I totally just forget about it. I guess I should actually call them window dressings because when I say curtains, I really mean like everything, like blinds or anything like that, because I don't think I put any window dressings on the windows in the first video I uploaded, the shipping container house. Don't think I did that at all. So I'm trying to get better at actually using those because sometimes it really adds to the whole like ambiance and the feel of the room. And even it changes the design sometimes because like I know I had to move some paintings and whatever to actually accommodate the curtains, but it helped in the living room especially. It helped make the room look more full, or the walls look more full and not so empty, if that makes sense. Yeah, so this is where I think I figured out, yep, that I was using the wrong roof. So I'm just going around trying to fix the roof. I should also mention, I guess, that I did look up inspiration for this build. I wanted something that, like, the design was supposed to be fairly simple, but obviously not as simple as what we started with. So I did like a Google image search, and I found something that was kind of comparable to what we ended up with at the end. If you do want to see that, actually, I was going to say I can post a picture in the comments if you want to see it, but I don't know if that's possible on YouTube. I never tried. Maybe you could tell me that if it is possible to post a picture in YouTube comments, because then I could do that in the future. So anyway, I finally figured out the layout of the upstairs. I think it worked out really well. So these are the two kids' rooms that I'm working on right. Well, they will be kids. They're not even babies yet. They're in the belly. So like I said, I wanted to make them pretty gender neutral, and I've never used the sailboat wallpaper before, so I thought that was really cute to use. And I think I used like a blue carpet at first because I was thinking ocean, but then one I didn't like, it didn't match well enough. And also I felt like the tan kind of looked like sand, so that was sort of cute to add in. And I tried to make the bedrooms pretty similar. Like I think I used the same exact furniture and not the decorations, not the art, but like the like like the little plushie and the chair and the um I did use the same calendar and the same mirror. I thought that was cute, and there were color coordinates for both of them. So this is the playroom. I absolutely love the little playroom. I made it green, and I was thinking that like all the little cute decor on the wall should either be green or like complement the green. I actually think it turned out super cute. I'm in love with it, and I wish like one day that I can have a playroom like this for my daughter. Um, I contemplated putting that little chemistry set in there, but I felt like the card table was a better use of the space. Plus, that wall is kind of in line with the stairs, and I didn't want that to be a hindrance at all. Oh, by the way, I did play test the house completely, so there shouldn't be any issues with using any of the objects or anything. So you're good there. So like I said, just furnishing this room here. That is the bathroom, the master bathroom, which is nice and spacious. I actually ran into a couple issues in that bathroom because I wanted to do these little half walls around the tub, which I did, but then I was like, maybe I should put one like on the side of the toilet also. And then it was so close to the counter, I was like, well, maybe I should just like close it off and have like a plant back there in the corner or something. But this really weird gray squiggly line appeared on that back wall there when I tried to do that, which you're going to see like in a minute. Um, I have no idea why that happened. I don't know what the squiggly line was from. It was just a glitch or something. Um, but yeah, see how, so I put up that wall and look at it. Little gray, well, it's not little, not at all. It's a big gray squiggly line on my wall, so that had to come out for sure. But I'm just figuring out what else to put in the bathroom. But that's another thing I'm really bad at is putting those, I think I actually said that in the shipping container video, putting like little rugs and stuff in front of like showers and sinks and, but obviously I'm getting better at it. So I moved on to the bedroom. I absolutely love that wallpaper for this build. And I say that because, like I said before, I don't do traditional builds like ever. I don't use wallpaper in what you would traditionally consider to be wallpaper. You know, like how on The Sims, there's a wallpaper category, but not all of it's like actually wallpaper like you think in real life wallpaper. Um, but I really liked that one. I felt like it went very well with what I was trying to achieve here. And also, I feel like I'm saying traditional in this video a lot, where I said industrial in the last one a lot. So obviously, I have some room for improvement here. I felt like they should have a regular closet. They do have dressers also, and I did find really nice. Look at that one. That chest of drawers over there, and then the dresser that I ended up selecting over here, that one totally fit in with the design that I was going for. And that little desk there is supposed to be like a little writing desk. I thought it was super cute. I feel like, this is a very old-fashioned family, and I could see the mom sitting there writing letters or something to her friends or family, maybe like a family newsletter update or something. Like I know my grandma used to do that when she moved down here, and she wasn't so close to all her extended family anymore. She started a newsletter, so I thought that was cute and it fit in for this build, that she could sit there and write letters. So now that I'm looking at it, I'm not 100% sure about that violin portrait in the bathroom. I felt like it went at the time. You could take it out if you don't like it. Um, One of my favorite things now that I've figured out is how to move all the clutter. So I'm sure that everybody watching this has figured that out by now, just from the other videos, but literally saved my life. That's a bit dramatic. But also the OMSP shelf, but I didn't actually have to use that at all because now I know how to like move with Alt and all that other stuff. So yeah, I'm just cluttering up the bathroom. But I try not to do like there's more clutter in this house than the shipping container house, but I also felt like this family was very old-fashioned in the sense that like everything is like clean and tidy and there wouldn't be a lot of quote unquote clutter, so it's really just mostly essential stuff. And they do have like cabinets and stuff that they can put their belongings in, needed items, so that they wouldn't have a lot of extra stuff just lying around. Um, I felt like I never used the grandfather clock either, and I felt like that was a really good fit for this house. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. I don't know why those bottles for the perfume are so big. Like, I feel like that's unrealistic. I don't really buy, well, I mean, I have some perfume, but it's not like the super expensive stuff. And I feel like nobody buys the expensive stuff in big bottles. Like, does it even come in a big bottle? I don't know. I'm not I'm not a very good girl, like in the sense of being girly and stuff. So I don't know anything about all that. I'm just guessing. But anyway, I found a really cute rug for the master bedroom. I don't know what happened to my voice. Sorry. Got a little gravelly there. Um, and I forgot. Obviously, the mom is still pregnant, so I had to put in the bassinets in the master bedroom. I did end up changing them to blue, not because I know that they're going to be boys, but just because it went better with the room, to be honest. And I don't care about assigning specific colors to boys and girls anyway. I mean, I hate pink, so my daughter doesn't have, I mean, she has pink stuff, but I don't purposely go out and buy it just because it's pink. So, actually, I did find out anyway that they did have boys. So it works out, and the rooms work perfect for them. So I'm just adding a little bit of clutter everywhere. I added another little playmat because I really like that teddy bear set. Because I feel like as far as the character values for kids, empathy is the hardest one to build. It takes me forever, and I always seem to forget about the doctor playset. I just send my kids like volunteering every weekend, but obviously that's a better way to do it also. Um, Another thing I noticed about the character values, which I love by the way, oh my god, I think it's so realistic and absolutely amazing because I almost always play families um, with at least two kids. So I think that's really awesome. But I noticed too, because I'm doing a legacy challenge, which I wish I had started with the videos. I don't know why I didn't. I've never done one before. I found an easy one online with just like some pointers and guidelines for each generation. But anyway, I noticed that responsibility is super easy to build. Like you don't even have to focus on it at all because the siblings of my heir Sims, I didn't even do anything on purpose, and they all like grew up and had the responsible trait. So that's interesting to note. Anyway, back to the build. We are just looking at all the clutter that I can add to the different areas in the main living spaces. I thought that that little water pitcher was super cute, but I ended up moving it to the kitchen because I found a platter with like a really traditional looking um, like tea kettle. I think that's what you call, yeah, tea kettle. I wish they had another book stand, like cookbook stand that wasn't all cathedral looking. Like that one came from the vampires pack, and I didn't find another one. I don't think there is another one. But I felt like that's something that this mom would have, like a book stand or at least one on the counter, like because she would have a cookbook open all the time. I did end up putting a cookbook on the counter there. And I love those little spoons in the picture too. I thought that was super cute and very homey looking, which is what I was going for in this build. Also, I have the little pet treats on the counter there. I tried to put them on top of the microwave because I've seen that done in other builds, but for some reason I really couldn't figure out how to do it. it it did not want to go on top and sit in a nice way. Um, it just wanted to go inside the microwave, so I ended up nixing that idea. So I added the tea brewer over here. I felt like they would definitely drink tea versus coffee. I have no idea what careers I thought, definitely the mom would be a stay-at-home mom, I feel like. Definitely the kind that has dinner ready on the table when the husband comes home and all that neat jazz. I try to do that for my husband. Doesn't always work out. I mean, I do work, but I actually work from home, so it's a little bit different. Anyway, so the clutter on that shelf. I thought it turned out super cute until I think on the playthrough, I went in and saw that those towels on the second shelf didn't actually sit nicely on the second shelf. And I played with it a bunch and tried to figure it out, but ultimately I could not figure it out. So that shelf is empty and free. If you can figure out how to put it in there, be my guest by all means. I really like these, oh, you know what they're called? Wall sconces that I found. And I was able to use in some of the rooms because I wanted it to be mostly lamps, but for some reason in the master bedroom, that just was not enough lighting. I think it was probably in this room too, in the little study. Isn't it a cute little study? I was trying not to make it super feminine. I guess it kind of looks a little feminine because of the wallpaper, but it's not really pink. It's kind of like not tangerine, not salmon. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Why don't you tell me in the comments? It's not pink, right? It's not pink. So anyway, here we go with the curtains. I finally remembered to do the curtains. So I noticed there actually are like a good bit of curtains and swatches here, so that was really nice to see. But it did take me a little bit to figure out what I actually wanted to use. See, I did put some blue back in the laundry room because I felt like it was super tan all over. I didn't like it. But yeah, these curtains I feel like worked super well. I was just trying to figure out there's apparently like two different heights you can put them at. Oh, you know what? Right here in the playroom, that wall right there, um, I did see later that because I chose the lower height, those curtains extended it down into the stairwell over there. So you might want to change them, or really, if you're never going to play in the stairwell, then it shouldn't bother you. Or, that's how I feel about it. I'm not going to change it when I play this house. Um, these curtains I wasn't 100% sure about, but they have fish on them, and I felt like that really went well with the whole boat theme, so I kept them, even though they're very orange. So I'm moving on to the exterior now. I had lots of plants that I put in the front. Um, a little seating area. I have never used that little shovel and rake tool, or not tool, item before. So I thought that was actually really realistic to put outside, especially because I did add a little garden for them. I felt like they would have some homegrown vegetables and herbs and stuff to use in their cooking. So I was very happy I was able to put um, those little flowers on that table in the front because I didn't think it was gonna work. Usually when I size down the tables, like the little end tables, you can't really put the items on because the height doesn't match up, but for some reason it did with that. I'm in love with these lights. Can we talk about these lights for a minute? I thought they were super cute. I felt like it went really well with what I was going for. There's the herbs that they grew in their own garden, which I didn't build yet. Oh, also, so when I downloaded this from Alyssa Jobs, it was in on the Pebble Burrow lot in Oasis Springs, but based on the design that I chose for the house, I ended up moving it. Um, I thought during the build to Willow Creek. I don't remember the name of the lot off the top of my head now, but it's there we go. It's in the neighborhood by like the medium-sized houses. If you can see over there. It's, you know what? Next door to the left I think behind there, that's where that little community garden is. And then on the right, that's where like the little ice rink and skating rink appear on the right, like behind that tree over there. Um, anyway, so I'm just working on the exterior, which I'm not very good at landscaping. I'm working on it, but I also felt like this would be clean and minimal, so it didn't need a super lot. Um, so I'm just like adjusting the trees and adding some more decor. I like that you can actually put wreaths on the front door now. I thought that was super cute. And I like those plants that hang on the wall. I think they're cute also. I don't know, think of another word right now. And the wind chimes. Oh, I just got that little garden pack. Um, I think it was Perfect Patio, so I'm really enjoying all the items from that pack. So we've gotten to the end here now. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment and consider subscribing to the channel. And thanks for watching. Bye.